Hi, I'm Alice Bull from scraphappy.org, and today I'm going to show you how to take your turnabout stamps from Concord and Ninth and turn them into beautiful works of art in a few minutes. They're really easy to use, but there are a few tricks, and I'm going to show you how. Here we start, and we have our stamp set from Concord and Ninth, and this is a turnabout stamp set. Now, if you have never used them, you can get amazing results just by stamping the same stamp 4 times with a quarter turn each time. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to make that and how to use these turnabout stamps. So as we take it out of the package, you can see we've got the stamps here, and we also have a little guide. And yes, we need that little plastic guide. And we're actually going to make a little jig as well, because I don't have one in my stash and you might not have one yet either. So I'm gonna take a piece of paper. This is just 6 by 6. It doesn't have to be exactly this size, but a square piece. You definitely need a square piece. So once you have your 6 by 6 square cut, I'm gonna throw my little embossing blade in here, and you'll notice I'm just lining the corner to the corner along the cutting groove, in this case the embossing groove, on my trimmer. So once I have corner to corner there, I'm going to run that along, and then I'm going to turn it so I've got the other corner to corner, and then run that along. And now I have the sheet, and you can see the grooves there and there. So now we're going to line up our stamp on the platform. I've got my inks ready. We'll open up the platform. This is going to sit in here, and so I've got the card base, and I've got the mat, and then this is the part we're going to stick the images on, so I can just set those aside for now. And now I'm just going to line this up in the center of this, and you can measure it to make it exact, or as long as you eyeball it pretty good. And then I'm just gonna take a pen and just dot the corners just in case things pick up and move. I've trimmed this card front down from a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, so this is actually a 1/4 inch smaller, so it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I've just put a little dot in the corner, and you can see that that's pretty much exactly in the center, or as exactly as I can get without having to do too much measuring. So now we're going to take this guide, and we want to set this exactly in the center of this, which we can do like this. You've got your lines, your score lines here marked. Once you line all that up, you are set. Line that up, and now we're going to take the stamp off of the packaging and line that up on there. So this is really simple, and you just kind of turn it around until the image lines up perfectly with what's on the graphic there. So here we go. Once that lines up, you can just line it up on here, and just make sure this is in the center of the guide again, just so that you haven't moved anything. And once that's all perfectly lined up, I'm just gonna throw this magnet on it. I'm gonna close the platform to pick up the stamp. All right, so I took this with it. I didn't need that. So we're done with this for now. So keep it handy, because you'll need it the next time you use the stamp set. Okay, now we have our jig in place. We've got the stamp aligned on the platform. We're ready to actually do the stamping. So we'll take our card front and put it onto our jig like this. I'm gonna throw my magnets on there, and I'm going to ink up the top. Now, the great thing about this is that you can use 4 different colors to get a whole effect. And I'm just going to stamp it up like that, and we will close the platform. making sure it's pressed down nicely. And if it moves at all, just make sure it's lined up. Oh, you know what makes this a lot easier is if we stick it down to the platform. So let's just stick it onto our jig. I've meant to do that before. So stick it to your jig before you stamp, and then that's gonna make this whole thing a lot easier. Okay, so now that we have the first layer stamped, we're going to turn it, and I'll set this ink to the side. That was the mustard seed. I'll take this, wash that off quickly. So we're just going to take this and rotate it once, just going clockwise. And I'm going to take my next ink. This one is the Spiced Marmalade. Ink up. And now we've done the 1/4 turn, stamp it down. And next, we're going to take it again, wash it off. Oh, I've got that a little crooked. A little more careful when I'm washing up my thing. So there we go. Next color, I'm going to use Fossilized Amber. And I got to make sure that I turn it 1/4. And one thing you can do is actually number the sides so that you don't worry that you've forgotten one of them. Or just be consistent and say, okay, I always turn it clockwise, and you're fine. Okay, clean up that. Take it one last time to turn it, add my last color. And if one of your layers doesn't ink correctly, because you're on the stamp platform, you can always pick it up, re-ink it, and close it back up again, but these look good. So wash this off, pull this off, and I can just remove this from my jig because I didn't use like super permanent adhesive, at least not yet. And here we go. So we've got a great image that is stamped around. There's room for a sentiment and finishing off the card, but I think it's just amazing, and that is how simple it is to use a Turnabout stamp set from Concord and Ninth. Such a cool product. I absolutely love it, and it's that easy. Okay, happy scrapping, happy stamping. I hope you have fun with this. If you like more things, come and check out more of our videos at scraphappy.org.